Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome to the Red Lasered Water Guy Show. We're here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally, because that's what has to happen. You're the only one responsible for your health. We can help, but you've got to take the first step, and then we can coach you along. So what we're going to do tonight is talk about unlocking the secrets of structured water and infrared lasered water for your own health, for self-care, for self-healing is what I call it. And it's all about you being able to vibrate higher to where your body can heal itself naturally. The body has to do the healing. And if you're not having the health you want, if you're got any aches or pains or stiffness or anything going on like that, brain fog, etc., you're vibrating lower than optimal wellness. And so just some of the benefits real quickly on structured water. The science behind structured water is structured water actually changes the molecular structure of the water, which I'll show you a little bit here. Changes it actually from H2O to H3O2. So it adds an extra hydrogen molecule, an extra oxygen molecule. It also microclusters it and energizes it, ionizes it, and adds our system adds additional human blueprint frequency programming, frequencies that match optimal wellness to your body. So all that happens in one pour through, okay, of a handheld unit. So, the benefits are it improves cognitive function, including focus and memory, because you need more oxygen, better microcirculation, more life force energy in your brain. And that's what we offer you to help your body with, all right? Increases your immune system function, reduces oxidative stress, reduces inflammation in the joints and speeds muscle recovery. It boosts the energy naturally, and it's one of the best ways of detoxing your body. And detoxing is critical for helping your body heal itself naturally. If you think about it, we're taking toxins in all the time, all the stuff they're blowing in the air, the stuff they're putting in the water, the stuff they put in the food. None of that, or most of that, is not healthy for us, okay? Our body doesn't like it. It's a toxin. And then when you get to the GMO foods and the stuff in plastic wrappers, all of that has artificial stuff in it that the body doesn't recognize. And it can't get rid of it all at once. And so it's like having a trash can in your kitchen and you dump all your stuff, all your garbage goes in that trash can and you empty it out every day. Okay, but you never wash it. You never clean it. Just think about, if you're 30 years old, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, what does that trash can look like after 80 years of putting stuff in it and never washing it out and cleaning it? Well, that's what's going on in our body. That's the cumulative effect that people are having challenges with. And the more out of balance you are, the lower you're vibrating, the quicker that's going to show up as symptoms that they're going to put a label on, and then it gets worse from there. So let's go ahead and pull up the slideshow here, and we'll get everything going. Okay, again, Red Laser Water Guy Show, and we're all about helping you help yourself, heal your body naturally, help it heal itself. Just like I help my body heal my eyes. The company I'm working with is Pure Vibrance. I've been on the path for over 40, almost 50 years now, of self-healing after I quit listening to doctors in my mid-20s and healed myself of asthma, hay fever, sinuses, tons of allergies. And a lot of that was lifestyle change, but a lot of it was detoxing also. And so that's why I'm so big on it. And Pure Vibrance has some of the best detoxing but powders and crystals that are programmed, again, with human blueprint frequencies. So after over 40 years of being on the path, I came across these frequencies, what I call frequency medicine or nature's medicine, about 15 years ago, and realized that That's the bottom line to health and wellness, is where you're vibrating. So Joe Blanton here, and you can email me at joe@theredlaserguy.com. I've got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/@theredlaserguy, or you can go to youtube.com by Joe Blanton, BY Joe Blanton. And then you can see a lot of the videos and stuff. I got science, I got testimonials, lots of stuff there. Or the easiest way is just give me a phone call, 469-766-5511. Call me or text me. All right. And so the 5 most important things for wellness, number 1 is air and oxygen, because that's what we can live the short amount of time without. Okay, but air and oxygen won't work without water and the minerals in unprocessed sea salt. Okay, so the next most important thing is water, and the body wants structured water, like Rocky Mountain stream water. That's structured, it's microclustered, it's been cleaned by the vortexing and everything, and then the sun adds the frequencies into it that we add with our red and infrared laser, violet laser, and green laser, the full spectrum. Okay, so water is the second most important thing, because again, air and oxygen won't flow. Oxygen won't flow without water and sea salt. So unprocessed sea salt is the third most critical thing in your body. The minerals in the unprocessed sea salt, the trace minerals that have been taken out of table salt, okay, that's what the body needs for cell-to-cell communication, from the brain to your muscles or down your nerves. And in all cases, that's what the body needs. So the first 3 important things are air and oxygen, water, and unprocessed sea salt. And you can't separate the 3 of those. You got to have all 3 of them to make it work. So, because again, sea salt won't help unless you got enough water. And then sunshine is the next thing. And so our lasers replicate sunshine, and when they have the gold disc in place, that's a energetic amplifier that about triples the effects of the lasers in lasering the water after you've ran it through the hydration ionizer here, which structures it, microclusters, ionizes it, and programs it some more. And then, of course, there's nutrition. And we're not going to get into the nutrition side of it, other than eat food as close to nature as you can, because the farther away from nature it is, the least value it has. The more stuff that you can't pronounce that's been added into it, the more harm it's going to do to your body. And there may not be any nutrition there at all. Your body may take more energy to get rid of it than it actually gives the body, which is one of the biggest problems we have. Or there's a false sense, like if it's got a sugar in it, or one of the sweeteners, the artificial sweeteners. The big problem there is it signals the body that there's all this energy coming in, and then the energy never shows up. And so it's a roller coaster for the body. So anyhow, air is an average of 20.9% oxygen at sea level, and it gets thinner as you get higher, and it's about 78% nitrogen. Okay, so human beings tend to begin to suffer adverse health effects when oxygen level that you're breathing drops below 19.5% oxygen. That's why when you're climbing, tall mountains and stuff, you've got to stage, several times to allow your body to adjust to the lesser oxygen that's in the air. So, but just in real life, take slow, deep diaphragmatic breaths. Most people in our society that are stressed or that get afraid breathe very shallowly, and the air and blood exchange happens deep in the lungs. So a deep diaphragmatic breath is going to get you more oxygen than shallow breathing. When you're shallow breathing, there's stale air in the bottom of your lungs, and that's not healthy. So it's better to breathe slower and deeper into the diaphragm, and then stand up or sit up straight. That helps also. Okay, the more slumped you are, the less that you're getting the air into your lungs, and the exchange is not as strong. So go outside, get some sunshine, walk around. So the best thing you can do, exercise, and then drink about an ounce of water per pound of body weight. No, it's a half ounce. Okay. Got to change that. So drink a half ounce of water per pound of body weight. All right. So I'm still promoting the book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water by Dr. Batman Galdage. It helped change my life 30 some, almost 40 years ago now. And he says, you're not sick, you're thirsty. Okay. Don't treat thirst with medication. The first sign of pain is dehydration, and 99% of the time, unless there's an injury, of course, and it's still lack of oxygen on a cellular level because the injury caused an interruption in blood flow, which again simulates a dehydration in that area. So it's something, I think everybody would read, because your health is determined by the water and unprocessed sea salts you have in your body. When you're fully hydrated, life changes. So what's the difference between being hydrated and dehydrated? Dehydrated, hydration is adding back water to the body that has been lost in order to keep it functioning properly. So a good reference for that is breathing. Every time you exhale a certain amount of water in a mist or a gas, a water gas. That's what you see in the wintertime. When you exhale in cold weather, that's that moisture coming out of your body. And so in normal life, I guess, most people would use about a half a quart of water per day just exhaling. If you're exercising, working hard physically, you're going to do more than that. Okay. And so it's important to replace that water, and not just replace that water, but the body needs a reservoir of free water that it can draw on. So dehydration means there's not enough water in the body for the body to function properly. And this is how that looks. Okay. On the top here in 2021 in California, this was one of the reservoirs that was there. And it looks like a creek flowing through it. And you can see that, there's no real growth in life, down in that area, on even close to the edges. And then at the bottom in 2023, with all the rain we've had, you can see this is a better hydrated version of that lake or that reservoir, but it's not still fully hydrated, because the banks, you can see the banks are bare, that the water level's been considerably higher still. So the plants and stuff around the top are not as green and thriving. In another example, same reservoir, you can see the difference here. Well, that's the difference in your body being dehydrated and your body being hydrated. Plenty of water to work with, plenty of extra water, versus not enough to do all the functions that your body needs. And that's when the pain starts showing up, and the stiffness and the achiness. I know exactly when I start to get dehydrated, because my lower back starts to bother me a little bit. It's a little stiff. It starts to get stiff, and I have to bend over and stretch it and everything. And I know exactly that I'm starting to get dehydrated. So I drank some more water, and it takes a day or two. It doesn't happen overnight. Just like that first picture we saw, 2021 versus 2023. It takes a while for your body to be hydrated and start to build that free water reservoir. Another example here, a marina here at the lake, and see how much greener everything is on the left side with the water, with it full, and more room for the boats to move around and play and have fun. The lower side there was completely empty before, and so that's what the body needs, is plenty of water to function, completely. And then here's another version. You can see the top here, just a little creek. The water's not running at all. At the bottom, the water's running full, and all the weeds and stuff on the side are nice and green and alive. Well, your body has its own drought system, just like this one. Okay. When you starve it for water, cells start dying. It's just that simple. When you starve your body for water, the cells in your body start to die. And water, the more dehydrated you become, the water has its own the body has its own water rationing system. So it starts cutting water off from the non-critical functions of keeping you alive. Okay, even to the point of your hands and stuff. It's for arthritis and stuff. All of it starts with dehydration and lack of enough sea salt. And so the cells start dying. So what happens, or how do you dehydrate your body? Well, caffeine drinks. Just because there's water in it doesn't mean it's going to hydrate your body. And so if you drink caffeinated drinks, you are dehydrating your body. Sounds harsh, but you are doing it on purpose. And so coffee, tea, alcohol, manufactured beverages, all dehydrate your body. The colas, everything that's got caffeine added to it, sugar added to it, they're diuretics. They cause your body to get rid of the water that they are dissolved in, plus some more water from your body's reserves. And if, like the pictures we just saw, if you don't have those reserves, then, your body has to start rationing the water. It's really that simple. So caffeine drinks are the background to all health problems, and its counterpart are the aspartames and other sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, along with many other factors. Okay, but those are the main ones right there. So anyhow, that's how you dehydrate yourself. And here's my favorite guy, Nikola Tesla, him and Albert Einstein. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, everything is energy. So when you're dehydrated, you're vibrating lower, you've got less energy, you've got more pain, it's a lower vibration. And so the vibration is the information that your body needs to heal itself. So if it's vibrating low enough that the body doesn't understand the information that's in it, can't communicate with it, doesn't have the hydration to, move the toxins away from the cells and get the nutrition into the cells, then, that's what's happening to your body. Your health is determined by the invisible frequency you're vibrating. So the energy, frequency, and vibration could also be oxygen, water, and unprocessed sea salt. You can't separate the three here, and you can't separate those three and have health and wellness. So the quality of your life is determined by the quality and the quantity of the water, the water you're drinking. So when you drink filtered water, water processes destructure water molecules in the process. And it's what they've been telling us. It's H2O. So tap water, bottled water, all of those are H2O, and they're destructured. The molecules are 12 to 16 molecules in a clump, too big to hydrate the body through osmosis like the body's supposed to be hydrated. So when the water is no longer structured this way, it was as it is intended by nature, the health of your cells suffer. Because again, you're not getting the microcirculation and the oxygen, etc. Specifically, the protein molecules within your cells don't work the right way. They can negatively impact muscular and tissue function. So again, if you're starting to be stiff, you're losing your balance, your hands hurt, you have stiffness in your joints, that's a sign of dehydration, lack of enough sea salt, and it's negatively impacting your function. And again, you're the only one that can change that. So your body's over 70% water, but, molecularly, you are 99.92% water molecules, which that one amazed me when I, researched and found that out. So if you're 99.92% water molecules, I would have to agree that, water is one very critical thing to health and wellness. But again, that's your choice. And you're the only one that can change that. So your blood is 94% water, your brain is 78% water, your eyes are 98% water. And so that's how critical water is to your health and my health. And that's why I drink structured, microclustered, ionized, programmed water, and I laser it with all three lasers and our negative ionizing pen all the time. So I'm drinking, water that's lighter, smoother, tastes better, and it starts hydrating my body from the mouth and the upper stomach through osmosis like it was intended. Okay, so what is structured water? Structured water is also known as hexagonal water because it forms a hexagonal structure. And it looks like this. Tap water, unprocessed, unstructured water, bottled water. All of these are look like what's on the left. There's no organization to it at all, and you can see chlorine and pollutants in the unstructured water. But when you look at the structured water, you don't see any of the pollutants, and it's structured in a very succinct and consistent pattern. So on the left, the unstructured water is the chemical formula of H2O. On the right, it's the chemical formula of H3O2. So again, it's structured, microclustered, ionized, and ours is programmed also. And then it's adding an extra hydrogen molecule and an extra oxygen molecule. So can you see how that's going to help your body help itself heal itself more naturally and much more quickly? Okay. So how do you get all of this? It's pretty simple. Okay. We have a hydration ionizer here. It's a handheld unit. You can put it on top of a bottle and, just flip it open and drink through it. And that's going to structure it, microcluster it, ionizes it, and add some frequencies. If you laser it over and above that before you put the bottle topper on it with the red laser or all three of them, however you can do it, that's going to add about 30% more life force energy. That's going to also add more human blueprint frequencies for optimal wellness into the water. It's going to go straight into your blood, and your blood's circulating 2 or 3 times a minute through your whole body, so your whole body is energized. Then if you laser your body also with the lasers, that's going to add more frequencies and more life force energy by activating the mitochondria in the water, in your cells, and in your blood. The free-floating mitochondria, they've now discovered or documented that there is free-floating mitochondria in your blood, which again is circulating 2 or 3 times a minute through your body. The body is fascinating, as is water. Okay, so we're replicating sunshine, and we're replicating a Rocky Mountain stream with the 2 products here that you can carry with you everywhere you go and drink the best water on the planet everywhere you go. So what are some of the benefits of drinking structured water? Well, experts such as Dr. Pollack believe that structured water acts like a power source that can help us stay maximally hydrated because of the many roles that water and hydration have in the body. Structured water is said to potentially benefit energy levels, digestion regularity, enzymes that help with nutrition absorption, concentration, muscle contractions, positive mood, ability to sleep better, blood pressure and cholesterol levels normalize, respiration, endurance, weight control, kidney and liver, joint health. This list could go on and on and on. Okay. And the reason is every function in your body requires water, period. Every communication in your body requires the trace minerals that are in unprocessed sea salt along with water. And every function in your body also requires oxygen, especially in the mitochondria, because it burns the oxygen to create the ATP, the life force energy in your blood and in your cells. And the cells have to have that energy to do their work. And we'll get to that here in a little bit. But unprocessed sea salt contains about 75 essential ionic minerals that the body needs. And that can go up to 82 different salts. Common table salt only has 2. Okay, everything's been removed except sodium and chloride, so it's technically not a salt, but it's been called a salt for all of our life. So it also has aluminum added to it as a non-caking agent. I mean, we didn't want the salt to stick together, but if you have unprocessed sea salt, it's going to stick together. You have to break it and keep it broken apart to where it pours out through the shaker. So that's because it's like nature intended. Okay, so our bodies need 1 to 2 teaspoons of unprocessed sea salt daily on your food. You can put a pinch on your tongue, let it dissolve and wash it down. Triggers a lot of hormones and stuff in the body. And you can also put it in your water, but you don't want to put too much at a time in your water. But I put a half a teaspoon unprocessed sea salt in a gallon of water, and then I pour that into my 40-ounce water bottle. Then I have already structured the water twice, as a matter of fact. I've poured it through twice, and then I laser the water with all the lasers, and then that's the water I drink every day. And then I use salt on my food. I put salt on my tongue. I even got salt capsules. I remember back in the 70s and 80s, working construction in Las Vegas, we always had salt tablets along with the water bottle. There was a water jug there and the salt tablets, because they knew that if you dehydrated yourself by not having enough water and salt, that you could die. As a matter of fact, my brother dehydrated himself and he's had cramps and stuff ever since. So it's not a pretty thing. So water and unprocessed sea salt. So I just take a big drink of water, put an eighth of a tablespoon or a teaspoon rather, on your tongue, let it dissolve and wash it down with another big drink of water. If you get a sign of a headache, drink some water first. Take 16-ounce glass of water and drink it, and then that's going to help hydrate your body and get more oxygen in the area, and the headache can dissipate. Same thing with asthma. If somebody has an asthma attack, get them a big glass of water, or maybe 2 glasses of water and some sea salt, and the asthma attack will abort. So that's according to Dr. Matt McGoldage with all of his research and everything. So I prefer to use Redmond's real salt. It's from an underground mine. It's not been exposed to a lot of the pollutants. It vibrates the highest and has the fewest heavy metals in it. So it's actually called real salt, is the name of it. So let's talk about energy. Okay, we must have sustainable energy to keep our bodies going and healthy. Unprocessed salt is the body's matrix system for transporting energy throughout the entire human organism. That's what I was saying earlier. It takes unprocessed sea salt for every function in the body. Every communication takes an unprocessed, some of the trace minerals that are in that. So you can't even have a thought. You can't even create a thought or move your body without the trace minerals in the salt. Healing. Salt plays a big part in self-healing by helping your body to digest your food and turn it into living tissues, as well as helping to transmit nerve impulses that contract your muscles. So again, it's third most critical thing in your body. And it's the same level of priority as the first two. So balance. Let's talk about balance. In order for your cells to function normally, a salt and water balance must be maintained. Salt is what creates the osmotic pressure that holds water in the cell. There's water inside the cell and water outside of the cell. So it's like 2 reservoirs of water. And salt's what creates the osmotic pressure to regulate that. So if you don't have enough salt in your body, unprocessed sea salt, you can drink all the water you want, but it may not stay in your blood because you don't have that osmotic pressure. You just pee it out just like a diuretic. So, because I talked to a lot of people tell me how much water they drink, but they're still dehydrated because they still have stiffness and aches and pains and headaches and all sorts of stuff. So alkalinity, okay, salt and water are also necessary for making the sodium bicarbonate. Your body needs to alkalize the food we eat for maintaining the alkalinity of your blood and lymphatic fluids, okay? So again, it's critical. And the lymphatic, we don't have a lymphatic pump. Exercise and deep breathing are the way you activate your lymphatic system. But if you're dehydrated, it becomes thick and sluggish, and it's the sewer system for our body. It's what there to help get the toxins out of our body. And if it's functioning poorly, then that adds to the whole dynamic here of dehydration. So a deficiency of salt is equal to a deficiency of energy. Without salt, there is no life. Back in earlier times, salt used to be used as currency. It was that critical. They knew how valuable it was. So this gets real good. Human blood plasma bears salts of sodium, magnesium, potassium, and other electrolytes in a strikingly similar proportion to seawater. Navy surgeons during World War II used diluted seawater for emergency transfusions when blood plasma weren't available. Okay, it's only one molecule. Our human blood is only one molecule difference from seawater. So your cerebral spinal fluid is actually basically exactly like the ocean. All right. It's only one molecule different from seawater. Every single neural stem cell, the cells that will develop into neurons that create the entire central nervous system, come into contact with this cerebral spinal fluid as it develops, and the cerebral spinal fluid informs it as to how to develop. So that's how critical water and salt are in our body, because we can't drink seawater, all right, because that dehydrates us real fast. And you don't want to put too much salt in your water to where it would, get too close to looking like seawater, because then the body's not going to digest it, because our body doesn't digest our own blood, and seawater is too close to it. So this inner seawater not only patterns your whole central nervous system, but it also bathes your brain in neurochemicals and, more importantly, in electricity. So again, you can't separate any of this. It's all got to be there. So caffeine drinks, here again, this is where you're dehydrating yourself on purpose. There's water in there, but it doesn't mean it's going to hydrate your body. All of these, coffee, tea, alcohol, manufactured beverages, all dehydrate your body. They're diuretics, and they cause your body to get rid of more water than they're dissolved in, plus some more from your reserves. And if you don't have any reserves, you're in real trouble. Okay, so caffeine drinks are the background to all health problems, and its counterparts are the aspartames, the artificial sweeteners, and now the GMOs, and it goes on and on. Okay, and so ways to stay hydrated. Well, drink enough water, about half your body weight in ounces. All right, so 1/2 ounce per pound of body weight is approximate. But again, if you're exercising, if you're out working in the heat here in Nevada, you're going to need more water than if you're up in Alaska, and trying to stay warm. So it's an individual program, and it's best to start really paying attention to your body. And it's like if you have a hunger sensation, hunger and thirst are real close together, and we in earlier times used to be able to separate those two, but with all the contamination of our food and our water and everything, we're not able to do that anymore as well. But you can learn to do that. So when you have a hunger sensation, drink a big glass of water first and see if you're still hungry. If you are, you won't eat as much food because you've already replaced that volume with water. And so eat more fruits and vegetables. Fruits are more about cleansing the body. Vegetables are more about healing and building the body. Balance electrolytes. Fruits and vegetables used to have, a lot of the electrolytes we need, but they don't so much anymore. So we need a good supplement. Consume raw sea salt. Helps to balance your water and potassium levels. Exercise. Exercise increases circulation and gets more nutrition into your cells. So movement, the body is made to move. And so just think about your own body and your own lifestyle. How much are you moving every day? Are you out walking once a day? It's the best thing you can do for health is go for a 30-minute walk, preferably up a hill or down a hill, uphill one way and down the other, something like that. So, but exercise is critical to health and wellness. And if you don't use it, you lose it. I mean, it's not any more real than in lack of exercise. If you don't use it, you lose it. It's really that simple. So avoid dehydrating beverages, the sugar drinks, the foods, the sugar foods, the alcohol, the caffeine. Avoid all those. Even if you have a glass of wine, you need an extra glass of water that day. So just about paying attention to that. So your mitochondria are the key to anti-aging, health, and longevity. No exceptions. Dr. Doug Wallace says that aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria. And everything we've covered up to now is leading to why the mitochondria are dysfunctional. The mitochondria have to have water. They actually produce their own EZ water, which we'll get in here better. Okay. Every cell has hundreds to several thousands of mitochondria producing ATP, the adenosine triphosphate. That's the life force energy that drives our body. And there's also free-floating mitochondria in our blood. They've documented that now. And so that's the problem, is dysfunctional mitochondria are not producing enough life force energy for that cell to do its work. And when you have enough dysfunctional mitochondria in the cells, and because some cells have thousands of mitochondria in them, and that cell can't do its work, that's when you start to feel the symptoms eventually. About 80% of today's diseases are because of bioenergetic deficit in the cells, which is simply low energy, not enough energy to do its work. The more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you are and the longer you can live. Okay, that's just how simple it is. You want as much energy as you can, and you can't have energy without water, oxygen, and salt, unprocessed sea salt. I keep coming back to that because table salt's not salt. So anti-aging with light therapy, we're here to talk about optimizing your light and your water. So sunlight therapy and sun gazing. Okay, sunlight's the best therapy you can, best therapy, light therapy you can have is to get out in the sun with your skin exposed as much as you can, without sunburning and everything. The other way is sun gazing, over 50% of the light from the sun is red infrared light for a reason. Red and infrared light activates and optimizes our mitochondria. And that's what we do with the lasers. So that's why sunlight at daybreak and dusk, you can look directly into it, and that's called sun gazing. Well, I can sun gaze anytime I want to because I have this right here. Okay, that's how I do my sun gazing at noon or any other time. Okay, so exposing your skin to the sun stimulates the mitochondria to produce more EZ water, exclusion zone water, which is electron-rich water inside the mitochondria, which increases the redox potential, which is the net negative charge in the cell to do its work. And that's what we're after, is, the optimal amount of energy in the cell to do its work. So using the red and infrared, green and violet, blue-violet natural lasers, your mitochondria are the key to your health and wellness, fun, longevity. Life's a lot of fun when you have your health. And you don't have your health, life's not a lot of fun. And I've watched too many people, suffer and, the last 10, 15 years or more of their life not have any fun at all because they weren't paying attention, weren't knowledgeable, etc., whatever. But they're dehydrated, they're not having fun, their body's hurting. And the body, as long as the body has blood circulation, it can repair and rebound and rebuild itself naturally. So aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria. It's just that simple. Too many sick cells because the mitochondria cannot produce enough life force energy for that cell to do its work, causing about 80% of today's diseases. I would argue it's probably a lot bigger than 80%. The more energy you have in your cells, the healthier, longer you can live, and a lot happier too. Okay, so the red infrared natural laser is my favorite. Every photon in the laser beam energetically gives up an electron to the water in our body, adding free electrons, increasing the redox potential, and reducing the free radicals and inflammation in our system. Okay, so just like sunshine gives up free electrons into our body, into the water in our blood, and into the mitochondria, and so does our red and infrared laser. So that's why it's my favorite, I guess. So sun gazing at noon or at midnight, I no longer wear glasses after wearing them for 52 years. That's reverse aging. Okay, I went from no glasses at 16, went Air Force at 18, and they said I was legally blind, and they insisted that I wear glasses. And it did add a little bit of clarity, definition. I could see just a little clearer, more definition. And so anyhow, I wore them for over 52 years, and nearsighted in one eye, farsighted in the other, astigmatism in both. And then about 6 years ago, I started doing health and wellness expos, and people would say, well, you can't shine that red laser in your eyes. And so I just pick it up and so well, I wouldn't shine anybody else's red laser in my eyes, but I know all these frequencies are coherent frequencies for our body, blah, blah, blah. And started demonstrating it that way. And I got to where I didn't need reading glasses anymore. Kept demonstrating it that way and got to where I didn't need glasses in the daytime. And then a few years ago, it was like, I don't need glasses at night either. Okay. So that's reverse aging. The eye doctor actually said that he'd never seen an eye correct itself the way mine had. And so I drive day and night now without glasses. I renewed my driver's license. They took the requirement for corrective lenses off my driver's license. So that's what frequencies can do. That's what coherent frequencies are do that are optimal wellness frequencies specifically for the pieces and parts and of the body. All right. And so the red laser we've used sacred geometry here to add additional frequencies into our laser. So we have a symphony of frequencies. We're 660 nanometers to 870 nanometers. And so that whole symphony of frequencies is what helps the body help itself heal itself naturally. So when you use the red and infrared laser, it relaxes and excites the mitochondria to produce about 30% more life force energy, more ATP in 30 seconds. And we've done thousands and tens of thousands of microscopy, live blood analysis. And, about 30 seconds, everything starts to shift. We've done GDV camera work showing the life force energy in tap water before and after lasering it. In tap water, we had 30 to 35% more life force energy in 30 seconds. Our blood's 94% water. Okay, that's why we use tap water. And we also neutralized all the toxins in the tap water, made the water wetter to the point you can actually taste the difference. So anyhow, it also upregulates gene expression to build a healthier protein. And proteins are the expression of life. They are responsible for structure and function of our body. The proteins are. So we increase energy current in the cells and toughen the immune system. It regenerates damaged tissue structure by increasing cell activity and stimulating the body's natural healing process. Stimulates the lymphatic drainage to help detoxify our body and can actually help with some weight loss. So lessens the side effects of diabetes, reduces scar tissue internally and externally, redness, acne, and wrinkles, improves psoriasis, rosacea, eczema, sun-damaged skin, facial texture, stimulates parasympathetic nervous system, helps bring us out of fight or flight into relax and heal. The photons from the lasers are absorbed by the mitochondrial chromophores in our skin cells. Consequently, the electron transport chain produces more of the ATP, the nitric oxide release, more blood flow, reactive oxygen species increase, and diverse signaling pathways get activated, which again takes the minerals and unprocessed sea salt. So stem cells can be activated, allowing increased tissue repair and healing. That came from the National Library of Medicine, PubMed Central. And they're using a laser that is the standard red laser, which would be like 635 nanometers or 670, et cetera. It's like a single frequency laser, where they're not using a laser like ours with a full symphony, which takes it into a whole quantum field of more benefits. The violet blue laser, improves microcirculation by nitric oxide release, which works as an accelerating agent in wound healing. Activates telomerase with maximum anti-aging effects. Stimulates and strengthens the immune system. Increases cell regeneration, which is anti-aging and age reversing. The red and infrared laser from Pure Vibrance is the only one I would use in my eyes. the green and the violet blue, we don't. So it improves, okay. It also acts as an antimicrobial, affecting viruses, fungus, and bacteria. It decreases the telomere of DNA in the cell to essentially bring it back to a stem cell-like brand new cell state so that it can divide and create new cells. It excites the electrons in the mitochondria electron transfer chain to increase the production of the ATP, the life force energy in our cells and in our blood. Okay, the green it improves the oxygen carrying ability of the blood cells and boosts the brain function. It increases nitric oxide also and improves the blood circulation, helps in reducing blood pressure, helps decrease spider veins and rosacea, helps in wound healing and tissue repair. The green light irradiation enhances differentiation and matrix mineralization of osteogenic cells. And osteogenic cells are stem cells in the bone that play a prodigal role in bone repair and growth. These cells are the precursors to the more specialized bone cells and reside in the bone marrow. So that's important. So again, we're using the hydrating ionizer and the lasers. We're structuring and microclustering the water, ionizing it, programming it with more human blueprint frequencies for the body to heal itself. So we're stimulating sunshine and a Rocky Mountain stream, okay? And both of these you can carry with you. You know, I carry all the lasers with me in my computer bag, but I carry the red laser in my pocket with me all the time. And in my computer bag, I've got the hydrating ionizer. And I just use the funnel and pour my water through it into my drinking bottle. And that way I'm always drinking structured, microclustered, ionized, energized program water with added frequencies from the laser and added life force energy from the laser, about 30 to 35% more. So we have a full line of products here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And again, it has to happen. Everything here is programmed with what we call human blueprint frequencies, which are optimal wellness frequencies for the body. So a muscle that's vibrating, a muscle that's totally healthy vibrates at a specific frequency and more human, because that frequency is what makes it a muscle. Okay, if it's hurting, it's vibrating lower than that. So what we've done is identified the optimal wellness frequencies for bones, ligaments, tendons, joints, you know, eyes, etc. And that's what we have programmed into our products. So it raises, we infuse that optimal wellness frequency in the body. The lower frequency will always entrain up to the higher frequency. And when doing that, you get better microcirculation, more life force energy, okay? And your body has what it needs to start healing itself naturally. So when you use our products, you're upregulating gene expression to build a healthier protein. You're stimulating stem cell production. You're lengthening your telomeres. And we have discounted retail packages where we can save you 54 to 66% getting started. If you just want the red laser and the hydrating ionizer, and normally the laser is $299, but you get both of these for $299. And no shipping or shipping charge, but no sales tax outside of Nevada. And then we have other packages available, like a $9.99 if you want all the lasers and the ionizer, cell phone protection, the hydrating ionizer. We have a lot of products here. It's about $2,600 retail, reduced to $9.99 for a first-time customer. So give me a call. Let me know how I can help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. And I'd love to do that. That's what I'm all about. So take care, have fun, and refer anybody you know to the show that's interested in helping their body heal itself naturally. So you're the only one that can vibrate for you, nobody else. It's your responsibility. So take care and have fun.